I think there's definitely been moments where I'm scared to show who I really am. It's finding that balance of listening, figuring out how to say what you're feeling and thinking, and standing up for yourself. I'm Laura Marano, and today I'm unfiltered. I'm taking off all my makeup and answering some questions. So if somebody was just meeting me for the first time, I'd probably describe myself as fairly outgoing. I love people. I know that sounds funny, but I love people. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. I think my relationship with beauty and fashion, it's definitely evolved for sure. And so it's been kind of funny growing up a little bit in the public eye and figuring my way and finding my way of exactly what I want my beauty look to be. My first memory of makeup, I had to wear some for a show I was on called Without a Trace, but not really. Like, I was 6 years old, and so it was legitimately like barely really anything on me.
You're not coming in with us?
No, sweetie, I gotta go to work.
Will you pick us up later?
I remember my grandmother saw us in Without a Trace, and she thought that we put lipstick on, and she was really upset. She's like, Laura, you're 6, Vanessa, you're 9, you guys shouldn't be wearing lipstick. And we're like, Grandma, we weren't wearing lipstick. I think where acting all started is really just more about me being a little sister and wanting to follow my older sister. My sister loved it. I loved it. I loved performing. We ended up going to an agency that is known to turn down kids 95% of the time. The agent says to my mom, we want to take Vanessa. And my mom's like, wait, what? And then I say, in the most adorable voice I can muster at 5, I was like, I don't have an agent. And the agent's like, oh, honey, I'll take you too. And we've been with the agents ever since. It's crazy.
When you're on your own, drowning alone, and you need a warmth that
I have a different relationship than I think some of my contemporaries or other people had with Disney. One, I wasn't super young when I started. I was 15, more like 16 when I kind of started Austin and Ally. So, I was definitely in my formative years, but it wasn't, at the same kind of level as people who start when they're 13, 12, or 14 even. I was just happy to have a job. I definitely loved the character, and I ended up loving the cast and the crew. And more importantly, I've always wanted to do a show about music because I just love music. I've always wanted to pursue a music career. And so when I got Austin and Ally, that opened up that opportunity for me. Of course, there's challenges and complications that come with that. And of course, there's perceptions that follow you. It is hard to kind of break away from that. But I'm so beyond grateful for that chapter of my life. And I look at it with such love. When I put out Boombox, I was beyond nervous. I was just oh man, it's my first time releasing something. I'm with this major label, and I have no idea what to expect. And so when the Boombox music video did so well, tell me how'd you do it? You added the music. I remember the first day it hit 100,000, and I was just like, I hope it hits 1 million by the end of the month. And then the next day was 1 million, the next day was 2 million, and then 3 million. I definitely started feeling oh, okay, maybe I do have something to say and something that people will listen to. So that was a moment for me that I will always kind of take with me of being oh, I can do this. I can be an artist, and I can put myself out there. So many eyelashes. See, sometimes when I'm showering and taking my makeup off, it scares me because they look like spiders. They are all wispy and cute. 13 was legitimately my most awkward age. I had braces, I would wear my glasses. I remember getting different projects and getting different shows where I would be the nerdy, not necessarily beautiful popular girl, or not the unattractive one, but kind of the unattractive one. And I think you do kind of think about that, and that kind of stays with you a little bit. I was super insecure, and I still have insecurities that come out, you know, when it comes to beauty. But I think what I've realized is, you know, beauty is so subjective, and at the end of the day, there can be something about someone that makes them beautiful that is not easy to describe. It's just like their essence. And I feel like that's the kind of beauty we should all strive for. True beauty is happiness. And true beauty is like happiness with yourself and with your surroundings and people around you. Noah Centineo and I worked together in Austin Alley, and so we definitely brought aspects from that experience to The Perfect Date.
Good evening.
Let's do this so we can stop doing this.
In Austin Alley, one of the biggest similarities is like we dance.
I can't dance either.
In Austin Alley, we like dance awkwardly at a quinceanera, and in The Perfect Date, we dance at Celia's dances.
Let's go shred some hardwood.
No,
yes.
no. And I love that. Really, that's completely coincidental. Like, it wasn't like Noah and I were like, oh, Celia should be a bad dancer. It was literally kind of just like written in the script, and we're like, this is funny, because we did this years ago at Austin Alley. I think when we came together for The Perfect Date, it had been like 5 years since we'd seen each other from Austin Alley, and so you definitely changed. Like, he was 15, I was 16. He was actually there for my like Sweet 16 on Austin Alley. He was there that week. I think that we were able to have like much kind of deeper conversations about our lives, about relationships, about the world. But at the end of the day, he was still just like the lovely, wonderful boy that I worked with 5 years prior. We were able to connect kind of on like a deeper, more mature level, as you would expect, you know, 21, 22-year-olds to do. Hopefully. Someone who's like 25 or 30 watching this is like, huh, 21, 22, you guys are fools.
You're just waiting for people to accept you instead of accepting yourself.
You act so tough. It's just an act.
I think there's definitely been moments where I'm scared to show who I really am. I think that's kind of true of all of us. I don't like to get like super vulnerable with people, for sure. I definitely have my walls up when it comes to getting vulnerable, which can make many things hard. It can make relationships pretty tough. You know, I don't love sharing a lot about my personal life in kind of my public world, which I found to be difficult to really truly connect with people with your art, especially on the music side, because it really is all about like showing who you are and being vulnerable with your audience. But it's finding that balance of listening and also figuring out how to say, you know, what you're feeling and thinking, and standing up for yourself in a way that's respectful and true to yourself, you know? Let's do the other eye. Like so many eyelashes. Hey. Do you ever find yourself when you're taking off makeup or putting eye makeup on, you like make a weird face with your mouth?
Always.
Like, what is that? You're like, I don't know. I'm definitely the type of person where I don't like to, I don't like to step away from things just because it's tough or hard. I feel that's kind of life in general. You have to check in with yourself and feel like what's your limit, what is like reaching unhealthy or dysfunctional to you, and then you also have to check in with yourself and realize, you know, sometimes things are hard and sometimes you fail at things and sometimes things don't work out in the way you want them to, but that doesn't necessarily mean you should stop. Boom. Now you really get to see these fingers. That actually, they do look a little red, so it's not how they usually look. I tape them to my finger because my finger is legitimately so small, but now it's really hard to get them off. Yee! Being a woman, to me, means being powerful and being able to have a really special experience that we as women all should be proud of. I'm so proud to be a woman, and I love being a woman. For me, women are powerful, and maybe now we're getting kind of more recognized for our awesome power. I feel my most beautiful when I'm happy and when I'm with people who make me happy and make me feel loved. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.